All right, Commanders. If you've been following along so far with our Setting Up the Game series, you'll be at this spot with me. So I'm in the basic piloting training mission. I've already done the Tanya stuff, so her ship is over there. I've already talked to her, and she's just telling me to fly now. So this is a great place for you to try stuff out safely without ruining your ship by accident. So what you can see here is I've got all my basic controls, right? So if I look down to my left, I can see that this is my throttle. And if I were to use the grip button on my left hand in real life, I can grip this and move it up and down. And you can see that it's changing in the game, right? Moving to the middle here, I've got, this is called our meta panel, right? So the meta panel has 3 buttons: escape key, edit mode, and menu mode. And I'll have a separate video to explain the menu mode. But the edit mode and the escape key are all there. That's the meta panel. Down here, I have my radar range controller, right? And if I move these buttons, I can grip and slide. And you can see that the range that my radar is using is updating on the screen there. And then moving over to the right, I've got my joystick. And same thing with the joystick. If I use the grip key on my physical controller, I can tilt, I can pan, I can pitch, all the controls that you might need to do while flying. And then finally, I have my power distribution panel. So this is made to kind of match the piece over there in the real ship. And each one of these buttons, I can use the trigger to interact with. And you can see if I click a couple times, engine goes up, a few more, weapon goes up, system, and then I can reset, right? So that's all the controls that come with this by default. Apologize for the shaky camera there. What I'm going to show you how to do in this video is rearrange a few things to get ready for actually using this comfortably, right? So edit mode is the way we do that. So everything right now, if I grip it or if I trigger it, it's going to interact with that object. But if I turn on edit mode, which I will do by reaching out and using my trigger, you can see the icon changes, and now actually the tooltip changes too to say it's editing. And I get this nice little move origin pink button here in the middle. This pink button is a nifty way for you to be able to just kind of shift the whole cockpit all at once. So if I grab this with my grip button, I can lift and move all these different pieces at the same time. So this is handy if you are, resetting where you're sitting or you're scooting your chair back or something like that, and you just need to kind of micro adjust everything. And maybe everything's just slightly out of reach or just slightly too close. If you do need to do a bigger adjustment, go back to the other videos we showed you how to reset your seated position. And that's going to be kind of a, if you need to turn 90 degrees to the left or move 6 feet back or something like that, we're going to let that control handle it. So while this is active, so while edit mode is unlocked and while I have my move origin thing, I can grip anything on this screen and move it, right? So here's my throttle. I'm hovering over it, and when I grip it, you can see the whole thing starts moving with me instead of adjusting that spot in the middle. So I'm going to take mine and just tilt it and put it right there. I kind of like to hold my hand the same way the pilot does. I think that's comfortable, and this is a good position. In real life, I've got the arm of my chair underneath this spot, so this is a really comfortable spot for me. Same thing here. I'm just going to tilt this, push this a little bit forward and up, just based on how my arm is resting on that chair. So now I've got my 2 positions. I'm very comfortable in both of those spots. My meta panel is kind of on purpose, but it's right in the way, right? So I'm going to grab this, and my favorite spot to put this is right down here. I'm about 45-degree angle for my shoulder, and I'm kind of out of reach of any other controls that I might need, right? So for me, the physical space in my house is clear right here, but also I always know right where this is. It's at arm's length, about 45 degrees down to my right, and it makes it really easy for me to find that when I need it, because I don't need it most of the time when I'm piloting the ship. I just need to get to it when I try to get out of the game or something like that. And the last thing I'll move is my power distribution panel. You can see it's kind of in the way, so I'm just going to take this, scoot it right down here, and now I've got an easy way to interact with that without moving too far away from the joystick. Now everything in here is rotatable too, so if you wanted to do it like that, maybe make it easier to like pivot your hand or something along those lines, you can certainly do that. I like mine straight up and down. And, as we all know, most ships are going to have different window panels, arrangements, that kind of thing. So, you're going to need to know how to do this so that you can move things around so they're comfortable within reach and also to see. So I'm just going to reach down here and hit edit mode off. You can see the padlock has changed and my move origin button has disappeared. And that means I'm in live mode again. So I can tilt, I can pan, I can throttle. All of those things are now working. So that's it for now. Stay tuned for more. The next video, I think we're going to cover putting holographic buttons on the screen, and then we'll be pretty much ready to play. Thank you.